Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Friday's Inspiration, TGIF. We are here today to talk about the 3 essentials to access your ultimate power. So while I'm waiting for everybody to get on today, I hope you have some great plans for this weekend. Let me just do a little quick like that there. Maybe that's better. And so welcome, everyone. So the 3 things that I wanted to talk about as far as the 3 essentials to accessing more of your ultimate power. It seems like the number one thing that people are working on today is feeling safe to step into their power. And this is rampant and it goes across the board everywhere. It seems like all the clients that I'm working with, all the people that come to me, even just looking out into everything that's going on, it's definitely the number one thing that people are working on. And that shows up in a variety of ways. But when I'm talking about stepping into your ultimate power, what exactly am I referring to? So I'm not referring to that greedy, oppressive influence that we see all over the planet right now that makes us feel pushed down, like our freedoms have been taken away. That's not the kind of power I'm talking about. I'm talking about more of our personal power, that power that allows us to step into our greatest gifts, the things that bring us joy. There's so many ways that we want to step into more of our personal freedom and being able to bring our gifts to the planet. But there's just those influences that just keep making us feel pushed down. Hey, Michelle, good to see you here. Yes, I am glad you came on live as well. It's always more fun, isn't it? So the 3 things that are essential, and if you have even just one of these, if you're not being effective with this, will or can sabotage your ability to feel safe, to step into your power. So what are these 3 things? So the number one is eliminating excess anger. So a lot of you are angry right now, and with good reason. There's a lot of things to be angry about. I totally get that. And at the same time, a lot of you have this mistaken belief that all of this anger is your power. And while it is a big energy, it is not your personal power. In fact, it's an energy that diminishes a lot of your power that you have available to you. Even like if you think about your ability to be able to manifest and attract more money. Well, when you're in the energies of anger, that's the opposite of flow and abundance. And yet many of us don't know how to get out of these high levels of anger. But they know that it's a big energy, and oftentimes people confuse it for their passion. A lot of people confuse anger for passion. Fortunately, both of these energies can be measured so that you can know exactly if you are just a really passionate person or if you're maybe just a little angrier than you realize. So we don't want to have any of this excess anger in our energy field because it's a lower vibrating energy. And it's going to diminish our abilities to step into our true passion, which is something that inspires us, whereas anger motivates us by beating us up. So that's the difference between the 2. So we want to eliminate all of the excess anger. And so there's a way of being able to measure this. There's a way of being able to find where it is in your energy field. And most important of all, is there's a very simple way of eliminating this excess anger. So you can be in those higher vibrations. So that's number one. The number one essential to accessing more of your ultimate power is releasing the excess anger. Number 2 is we want to uncover and remove fear. So fear is another one of those big energies, and it's actually the number one hardest energy to remove on our own. Why? Because as soon as you start to let it go, you start to feel the fear. And what is fear designed to do? Fear is designed to stop you. And so there's lots of ways that the fear will show up, and there's lots of ways that fear will stop you. Fear can just make you tired, make you unmotivated. Fear can make you feel self-conscious or uncertain. Fear can make you feel judgmental of yourself, so that you judge yourself and then you don't think like you're enough, and then that's an excuse or a reason to not do what you're trying to do. There's so many ways that fear shows up. But whatever way stops you, it could even be distractions. Like, look how many distractions there are on the internet. And so if you're spending any time here, I want to say how much I appreciate that, because I know there's so many things that can distract you. But hopefully you're here because you find this valuable, and that coming back, like we're going to be doing a MediClearing in a few minutes here, that you find this helpful, and that people are get emails every day, people telling me that they, the changes it's made in their life and how much calmer they feel, and they're getting along better with their partner, and now they're dating again, and making some money, just on and on and on. There's so many ways that when your energy is flowing, moving, you're not in the anger, you've removed all the fear, then you can start stepping into your gifts and what the reason you're meant to be here. The fact that we're all here on the planet right now in these momentous times is significant, and especially if you're here, if you're here listening to me, because I carry a certain resonance to the message that I bring, and not through any fault of my own. This is just what I've been given. This is my gift, and why I'm here on the planet at this time is to help people to move through all of these fears and the anger, so that we can transition into this amazing, I believe there's an amazing outcome once we move through all of this. However, if you don't know how to manage through all of these energies, it can be really scary, and it can be really maddening, that the injustices that we see. And, I've talked for a long time how, the darkness is going to get darker. The lighter we get, the more elevated and more inspired we are, the more we're going to see more darkness. And that's hard for a lot of people. And unless you have the tools on how to manage this, you might feel really lost, and you might feel very depressed or whatever, not happy. So there is an answer to all of this, and it's a lot easier than you think. So the number 3 way to really step into greater access, to accessing more of your ultimate power, is to step into your influential voice. Now, the reason that this is important is because if you think about all the ways and times that you've been angry, you might notice that it was because you didn't feel heard, you didn't feel understood, and then the resentment starts to build, and it builds, and then pretty soon you're furious. And this is why so many people are angry right now, is because they don't feel heard. They don't feel heard by our government, by the 1%, by the powers that be. And, we all know something much bigger is going on. And so the more that you can do your own research into that, the more you can know what's really going on. But needless to say, unless we can really step into our influential voice from our hearts, that we are going to continue to be angry and we're going to continue to not feel heard. But, maybe that's easier said than done to just step into your voice, Well, there's a reason that you have a hard time stepping into the power of your voice. And if you think about all the ways that we've been killed in the past lives, the throat is the most common place where you can get killed. And so many of us are holding a lot of residual energy in the throat from all these past lives of getting killed. Maybe you were choked. Maybe you were, hung. Maybe the guillotine, slit your throat, break your neck. Lots of ways to get killed right there. And so this holds a lot of residual energy. And then now in this lifetime, it makes it hard to speak up, speak our truth. On top of maybe you had a lot of garbage in this lifetime where from a very young age you just didn't have your voice. There was just no permission. But the good news is that all of these energies can be released. And so that's what we're going to be doing a little bit of when we do our the MediClearing that I'm going to be doing. That's going to help us step into accessing a little bit more of our ultimate power. I'm just going to be walking you through a basic what I call running your energy. This is a process that we practice every single day. We've been doing this for the last 33 days. And on August 8th, I'm starting a mentoring program for 3 months. So if you've ever thought about wanting to learn how to do what I do, I've done all the hard work and now I can just shortcut this and fast track you on the path of learning how to do what I do. So you'll be getting a copy of my book, which is it will be finished in at least a digital format for August 8th. It has a life of its own and it hasn't quite been birthed by the actual publishers, but that will not stop me from getting the book to you. So that's what the mentoring program is going to be. That's the foundation of it, is my new book, Accessing Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So I outline my whole system, the infinity system, in this book, along with the infinity scale, which I created, which is stepping on the shoulders of Dr. David Hawkins. He wrote the book Power versus Force, but his scale only went to 1,000. So now I have broken through this scale, created a new scale called the infinity scale, which allows us to access infinite possibilities. So if you want to learn how to use this system so that you can learn how to do what I'm doing, it will help you not only in your everyday, day-to-day life, because you're going to clear all the stuff that I've just been talking about. You'll be able to do that on a daily basis, because we're going to be doing that 20-minute meditation every day as part of this practice. So that's really exciting. So we're just going to be learning the whole system, so you can apply that to yourself, but you can also be able to use this on your own clients, like helping you to step into your own gifts. So my goal is not to make cookie cutters out of all of you. In fact, I don't even want to do a like a certificate of this course, or because to me, I don't know, that just for me feels a little more like ego. And this is something that's been given to me, and I'm sharing it with other people. I don't need to get it certified or anything like that. Just come learn if you want to learn, and then you can do what I'm doing. So it's going to be really powerful as we step into all the ways that we can step into more of our power. The power of our influential voice, the power to be able to see clearly, giving ourselves permission to have, be, and do with our life as we choose. There's so many amazing ways and powers. So I don't want cookie cutters, but I just want to help you access more of your ultimate power. So that's the goal of the program, teaching you what I do so that you can step into your own gifts. And then this will just help amplify all of that. So if you want to know more about that, we're starting August 8th, and we will also be doing the 33-day, 20-minute MediClearing every day. So if you want to know more about that, there will be a link that you can check on. And there's only actually a few more. I think there's only 3 or 4 spaces left. I'm allowing 8 people, and I just listened to Spirit. That's what Spirit said, doing 8, because this is all about infinite possibilities, the infinity system, the infinity scale. So we're having 8 people, which is an infinite number, and we're starting on 8/8, August 8th. So it's all about the 8s. And so let's check today and see what it is that you want to release for today that may help you step into a little bit more of your ultimate power. So I'm going to walk you through the process of running your energy. So it's very simple, and once you get really proficient at it, you wouldn't even need to take a full 20 minutes, but we do this for 20 minutes because we get to clear extra stuff every day. So if you want to go ahead and close your eyes, you can do that, and you can imagine a line of energy that goes from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of our planet Earth. Excellent. And this is where you release all the energies that get congested in your energy field. And this gives you a place to release all that energy. And then the second thing that we're going to do is you send roots down from your feet deep into our planet Earth. And you're going to start using that energy to, like straws, and it's sucking up the energy of abundance, the energy of the feminine, up through your legs, clearing all that built up adrenaline in your calves from maybe sitting around too much. And then as we bring that through the thighs, accessing more of your power there, and then you send it down your grounding. Excellent. And then the third part to getting ultra grounded is to pull in our worry circle. So ideally you wouldn't have one. Today, the worry circle goes out to the 15th layer. So this is where the 1% hang out. So in this course, you're also going to learn all about the anatomy of our energy system, our invisible energy field, so that you'll know more about how all these things interact and interrelate to each other, how they all work together, just like our physical body works together. Okay, great. So that's getting ultra grounded. So next we're going to bring pure source energy. So whether you believe that's God or your higher power or whatever, just connect with the energy. I think of it as the energy that binds entire universes together in an orderly fashion. Bring that energy down into those rings that are stacked above your head, and learning how to evaluate how many you have is also part of this course. What these rings are for, what they do. So then as we bring this energy into the creative rings and then down into our crown chakra, and then it's going to come down through the central core, all the way down through. So it's stopping right at our crown. So this is what makes it hard for you to give yourself permission to have, be, and do with your life as you choose. So we're going to go out to, let's see, the 15th layer, again, that 1% influence. So you'll see that energy show up a lot, because this is what the collective consciousness has created. And so now, because of this process that Spirit has given me, we've learned how to manage these energies so we don't have to become the influence of them. And the more people that are not being influenced by this energy, this 1% in reptilian energy, and the more that we stay out of the two biggest energies that feed this beast, fear and anger, then this 1% and reptilian energy will go away and disappear faster. Just saying. Okay, so we're going to pull that energy in at the crown. So there's a circle of energy up there. The permission circle. Okay, great. And so now as we bring pure source down through the central core, through the 7, 6, 5, 4, excellent, great job. Down into the 3rd chakra where it's stopping. And we're going to go out to the 3rd layer. So if you've been feeling tired, unmotivated, maybe it's hard to get anything done, this is that energy right here. So we're going to pull this in, and we're going to just drop that down our grounding cord so we're not affected by this. And then our solar plexus can start moving. That's that outward energy that gets things done, that outward masculine energy. But there's also a feminine balance to the solar plexus that magnetizes. That's the feminine that magnetizes this energy into our energy field so that we can manifest without the hard work. So that's how that works. And then as we pull this up into the heart, I'm going to go out to that 3rd layer. So this is that energy of proving your worth and value. So that's that ongoing hamster wheel that you might keep entertaining, the idea of that. But the reason I call it a hamster wheel is because you're trying to prove something that's already true. Like you already are enough. You already are lovable. So there's nothing to prove in this energy. However, we may have learned from a very young age that that's how we get the approval of others, all this outside stuff. So we're really passing through a whole new paradigm of, instead of going outwards to get love, admiration, appreciation, etc., all those things that we look for to maybe feel better about ourselves, that's actually, we've been taught this all wrong. It's actually something inward that we can self-generate. And once we learn how to self-generate this inward love, then the outer world reflects back to us all the love that we have. So if we're not finding love on the outside, it's just because we are, 1, we're maybe not allowing it, but 2, we're not generating enough to have that reflected back. So it's all fascinating how all this stuff works. And so we're going to pull this up now into the, let's see, I've lost track. That often happens. So we're going down. Okay, so we've come all the way down. We've mixed the 50-50 mixture, the earth energy coming up through the legs, that cosmic pure source coming down the backside. We're bringing it up the front now, through the 2nd. Okay, so it stopped in that 2nd chakra. Out to the 3rd layer, and this relates to your creative energy. So this is all kind of going along with the energy that we were clearing earlier about that stuck energy. And so here, if you're not able to manifest what it is you're trying to create, this can be another reason here. So just imagine if you did this every single day, how you could start changing your life, because everything gets clearer. Okay, as we bring this up into the solar plexus, 3rd layers. So maybe that's where I got side railed. There's more of that here at the solar plexus, more of that effort, pushing, chasing, forcing energy. So we're just going to pull that into the core. We're going to drop that down the grounding. And then we're going to bring that 50-50 mixture, continue to bring it up the front, through the solar plexus, up into the heart and the throat and the sixth chakra, through the crown, out your crown, through all the rings. Then it's going to cascade down through all the layers of your aura, because we don't end at our skin. We're going to jump all the way out to the 15th layer. So sometimes there's different energies in different, depending on the day, depending on what we're working on. So today we are going to clear this 1% energy, starting at the bottom of this 15th layer, so that we can lift this energy up and out. Spirit has instructed me to start sending these energies off planet, because they're just not part of this new era that we're emerging into. Okay, great. So sending that all the way off planet. And then we're going to jump out to the 30th layer, and we're going to lift that reptilian energy out of our energy field. The two biggest influences that affect our ability to really step into our power, because they're intent on pushing us down, because right now, or for a long time, for like forever, they've been, the 1% influence has been this overriding influence on the planet for eons, that of the reptilian. And anyway, so now we know how to not be affected by these energies anymore. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our circle of reciprocity is clear. So this is the energy that relates to being able to give out into the world, but also to be able to receive. So oftentimes people blame others for not giving to them, when really they're just not allowing the receiving. So let's see if that's the case. Yes, so it stops right about here as you're bringing the energy out that right arm. So we're just going to gently pull that energy out that right arm. And this is that masculine giving side. So receiving starts by giving first from the heart. And then you put your hands together like this, so your fingertips are connected. And then you can bring the energy through the palms, but also through all the fingertips. Because that's a lot of powerful energy moves through those fingertips. So as you allow yourself to receive, okay, good. So it goes up to about the elbow, and then it stops. So maybe you notice that you start to receive something, like maybe a client starts to come in and then they change their mind. Or somebody pays you some of what they owe you, but not all the way. So that's this energy. So we're just going to gently pull that energy up your arm, your feminine receiving arm, and then it's going to come down through the front and back of your heart, and then back out the arm again. So it creates a circle of reciprocity. And through the front and back of the throat, through that sixth chakra, through the crown, through all of your rings. And so I want you to just kind of tap into your energy and just notice if you're feeling different now compared to when you first got on this call. So you've released a lot of the energies that were making you feel kind of tired. And I didn't measure anger. I think I will, though, because that was sort of one of the big things that we were talking about needing to release was anger. Let's see where it is right now. Even though we cleared all this, there's still 15% left. So let's see where that is, because we want to keep the anger at 0 every day. And then we're just going to feel better. We're not going to feel on edge all the time and always frustrated and annoyed and feeling like we're being pushed and we're not doing enough and we're judging ourselves and others. And yeah, we don't, it's so much nicer to not feel like that. So I feel a bit brighter now. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Nadia. Thank you for joining us and thank you for participating. So if you want, oh, anger, let me not get sidetracked. 15%, let's see where that is. In the root, out to that third layer. That's where it doesn't feel safe to step into your power, but you're using anger as a way to feel powerful. So that's like that false sense of power. That's not your real power. It's a big energy, but it's not your power. And so the more anger that you're using, the less access to your real power that you have. So we're just going to drop this little bit of anger down your grounding. Great. Okay, so now the anger's at 0. So if you are curious and maybe you want to know more about the program, we'll post a link for the program. But certainly set up an application appointment if you're interested and you have some questions that maybe you want to ask me or you're uncertain about, or and maybe there's not enough information, or the information that you want is not there in the program. If you have a question, anyway, set up the application appointment and get on the phone and we will chat and see if you're meant for this program. It's not for everyone, and we're only having 8 people. But if you want to know how to do what I do and how to do this for yourself and your clients, it's really the fast track to helping people get to their more elevated, expanded state, and it helps to accelerate the whole ascension process. Because we're ascending, the planet is ascending, the people on the planet are also raising their vibration higher and higher. So we can either do it faster and easier, or we can just do what we've always been doing, and maybe you've been being dragged by the bus for a long time. And if you're done with that, maybe you'd like to join us. So take a look at the links and sign up for the application appointment, because we've only got a few days left. We're going to be starting August 8th. So think about it over the weekend, and let's see, I think this Sunday, I've lost track of what days we are here. Oh yes, so this Sunday is also Global Q&A, so that's part of a global membership. But if you've never been on it and you just have a question, you want to ask me something, you want me to look at something, we kind of do that on Tuesdays here. Every Tuesday there's a pop-up question. But if you want to have me actually talk to you on the phone and hear what your question is and look at something very specific for you, then join us. It's free if you've never done it for the first time. And so that's what we'll be doing this Sunday. So maybe you'd like to join us for that as well. All right, friends, go out and enjoy this beautiful weekend. I'll be heading back to California today, and looking forward to more of the same. I'll be doing another house sit with a pool. So this what I love doing. This is how I love manifesting, but everybody has their own way of what makes them happy. All right, sending much love, and until we meet again, keep asking my favorite question. How? How does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. Sending much love, friends. Namaste. Right?